Hey again, one of fundamental concepts you have to learn when you learn any programming language is the variables. Variables is used in any programming language to hold the data in memory for a specific time. So let me create a new file here and I name it Kotlin. Let me name this file variables, like, because I need to define the variables or data type, if you want data types, whatever, same, both of them same. So this file is really empty. Make sure you don't have anything in it. So also we still need to use this function main. So instead of rewriting it, make sure to just copy it and use it. This is my main function. I have to write any code inside it. So just copy and paste it and reuse it. So think about the memory. How you think the memory of the any device will be? If you think about it, this is the memory, and every memory have location and have value. So think about this memory. The location 100 have whatever you save the value on it, and continue 101, 102, 103, and whatever. So in the variables, if you say, hey, I have variables, name it x, have a 10. If you just define it here, you say, hey, I have variable. So to define variable in Kotlin, just say var x equal 10. That is mean you have variable labeled x have value of 10. Basically, what Kotlin will do, will just go to the memory, define memory, name it x, and add value 10 in it. Okay? If you want to define another variable, which is, for example, y, and you want to add 12, he do it in this way. So you need to define new variable, variable y, you give it 12. So the idea how the variable defined in Kotlin, you just write variable, then name, whatever name you want to give the variable, then equal the value. So this is not only the basic definition type. There is many ways to define the variables. So let me start the first and basic one. So basic one, you want to define variable string. You just say variable for name. You say name equal, you give it a value, double quotation, for example, Hussein. The Kotlin will already understand you mean here, or this variable is string. From the value, he will detect the data type of the variable is string. You could tell Kotlin this is string by adding double colon, then you write string in this way. That means you tell Kotlin, hey, this variable have to have string. Now if someone want to add integer on it, he cannot add. Why? Because you say, hey, this variable is string. You could do that, but also you could remove this one and he will already detect this variable as string. You want to define integer. Let you think about the integer. You say variable for age. You could say equal 28, or you could say, hey, this is integer. You ant, you add double colon ant, so he will understand. Hey, he will understand this variable age should be integer. And also if you add semicolon here, you say string, he will understand this one is string. As I told you, you could add the data type and you could remove the data type. When you have to add the data type, if you want to define variable, then later on you want to give it value. For example, you want here to define variable for the department, dip, okay? And here in this step you didn't give it any value, so you give it string, okay? But it doesn't have any value. So later on you say, hey, no, I want in this step, I want to give the department specific value. Let me suppose software engineering, okay? In this case, Kotlin say, hey, I define the variable, then I give it value. But make sure you add this thing, this sign after the variable. When you add this sign after the variable, Kotlin will understand this variable is accepting now value. That means maybe some person will give it a value later on, or maybe people will not give it anything. If people didn't give it anything, by default you give this variable null. If you don't give it anything, you will take that value. So now you see I define three variables. First one is name, second one is age, third one is department. This one is not necessary to have data type because you directly assign it. This one not necessary to have data type because also directory assigned. This one have to have data type because we did not directory assign, we assigned in the next step. Now let me just print something for you, print all this information. So I say print, if it's better say print line, okay, then you open a bracket, you say name, then colon, this is string, then you say plus name. So what you have to know here we are doing concatenate. That means I'm doing this string, name it name semicolon, I concatenate with this variable. That means he will take this variable value and add it here, which is Hussein. So he will print name semicolon Hussein. So rerun it. Let me see what he will do. So just make sure from this one. So because what we will do is in the variable, we're just labeling the data. We are not like this name is label. So see name Hussein. From where he bring name Hussein? Here he have a string name it name. If you anything between double quotation is string, like this one Hussein is string. So this is string. You concatenate it with another string. So you say plus name. So that means he will take the value here. What have it Hussein? So he'll say name Hussein. If you want to print line another, say hey print line for the age also. Then you concatenate it with the age value, and you could do same thing for the department also. Print line for department, then you give it value debit. So what do you think now? Now if you I just rerun it from here and see. So you see now how many steps I have in the code. I have 6 steps in the code. First I define variable, not 6, 7, variable, then printing the value of the variable. So name Hussein, age 28, department software engineering. How this application run? Let me just add a breakpoint here and click right and select debug. So by selecting debugs, you could see how the application will get run step by step. So wait for a second and let me see what is going on. So see here first he be in this step name, he doesn't have anything in the data type. If you just click next, you will see here in the debugger he defined variable name it name and have value Hussein. See variable, but now he until now he did not define the name or the variable name it age. If you just click next, he execute the age and he give it value 28. If you see he didn't pass on this point, he passed it, but because he doesn't have anything to run, he just defined the variable and he went. If you see department is defined and doesn't have any value, he say debugger info may be corrupted because maybe you have error, maybe this one is not signed. So now I have name, age, both of them have value. Department something defined but don't have anything. Now when this step will run, which is department assignment, that's mean he give in the department value software engineering. Just click run, he printed. Then if you go to the screen, we'll see name Hussein. Then if you click next, he print the age, and next he print the department. So this is basically how we do the debugging and how we run the application step by step. So you have to know this is not only the data type we have, there is many different data type we could use it. Like if you just say variable, t, whatever you need, there is different data type. We say we have integer, and we have a string, and we have a float also. So there is many float, and float that means when you define variable t float, like pi you define it as a float, so you give it value, for example 3.4. so this is float something. I think you have to add f after it because that means this one float. You have also double other data type is just 3.4, for example, string, whatever. So this is all the way of defining the variables. And yes, here we're done. Thank you for watching. See you next.